wanted to tell you a story. When I first came down, I worked with my father-in-law, and we fished oysters and worked on the oyster boat. A little bit later, my brother-in-law and I were given a sunken boat. And the guy told us, said, well, if you can get it up and get it fixed and get it to go to work, you can have it. So we did. We pumped it out, took it to the dry dock, we fixed the motor, we put a winch, we did everything we needed to do to it. Got it ready to go to work, and one of the things that he and I really wanted was we wanted a way to take a hot shower at the end of a day. So we put a big fresh water tank on top of the cabin, and then we ran a hose down into the engine room, and we put another tank down there in the engine room next to the engine. And so that when the engine, of course, would work all day while we were working, that the heat from the engine would end up making the water in that tank warm. Then we ran a hose up to the back of the boat, and we put a faucet up on top of on the wall, high enough you could take a shower with. Well, the first day we went out, all the rest of the guys were out there working on the other boats, and they saw that big tank up on top of the cabin. And they said, well, what in the world is that? And they told us how funny it looked. And we told them, said, well, that's a water tank, and then we got water going down by the engine, and then that's going to heat it up, and we're going to have hot water. Oh, man, they made fun of us. They called us sissies. They said, we've been out here for years. We never needed hot water. We get by without hot water. That sure does look funny on that boat, and just made fun of us the whole time. Well, at the end of the day, all the boats would tie up together, and then we would cook, and we would all eat together, and then everyone would go to bed. Well, we tied up, cooked, we all ate, and I said, well, I guess I'll go take my shower. So I go over to my boat and get on the back of the back deck and open the faucet and take my shower, and I wash my hair, and I finally get the soap out of my eyes and rinse off, and I turn the water off. And so I'm going to go around the end of the back of the boat and go down the side of the boat to go in the cabin to get ready to go to bed. Well, I come around the back corner of the cabin, and I look down the side of the boat. Guess what I see? I see about 15 guys lined up with a towel on their shoulder, waiting to take a hot shower. Well, I guess my idea of having a place to take a hot shower after you work, after they gave it some thought, they realized that wasn't such a bad idea after all. Anyway, it's a neat story reminding us that sometimes you can have a good idea and everyone else might think it's silly, but you get a chance to show what that idea can do, and they'll fall in line. So the next time you have a really good idea and people think it's silly, give some thought to the fact that once you get it to work, they'll line up and they'll come want to use it too. Anyway, that was a neat story. I'll see you in church Sunday.